It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Welcome back to the Daddy's Voice podcast. This is episode 11. We're glad you came back. I'm Ben.
I'm Evan.
And I'm Ben. Be sure to check back every Thursday for a new episode. Evan's in charge of the OnlyFans, so be sure to go on there. It's only Evan, and it's fucking horrifying to look at. It's not fun. I had to sign off on it.
Yo, why
as
do
the
you
CEO.
why do you look at it?
Huh?
Why are you looking at the OnlyFans?
Because I'm the CEO. I gotta approve it.
Oh, so you're the host?
No, I'm the CEO. I already said this. Chief Executive.
Dude, at least respect my followers.
Squad leader.
Squad leader. Dude. CESL. Chief Executive Squad Leader.
Such a coincidence. It's episode 11 on 9/11.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember the Fallen by listening to our podcast.
Remember the Fallen
Yeah.
Transformers.
This is
It's a
not-
movie. That's a movie. It's a meme. Dude.
The one movie he doesn't fucking know.
Yeah. What the?
Oh, I mean,
Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
yeah, I know that. I was just going to say
With
something.
Shia LaBeouf.
We'd like to give a moment of silence for those who have died today.
All right, let's skip over 9/11.
Yeah.
Pour
I
one
just
out.
thought it was a cool coincidence.
Yeah. That is pretty fucking lit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Osama bin Laden, for making this all possible today.
Oh.
We can't say anything.
Jet fuel can't melt steel bins. Hey, show him your George W. Bush impression.
Yeah, I knew the whole time.
Come on, keep
was
it going,
about
keep it
oil.
going.
What?
You can't just tease me like that.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Ever since they threw that shoe at me in the Middle East, I decided we got to get back somehow.
I wanted their oil.
Oil's a precious commodity out there. Sam was over here. They got it. It's ours now.
That's a
W
good
out.
one. W out. Did you
Wait,
ever say
wait.
that?
You should say, they mess with my chancla.
What?
They messed with my chanclas.
Did they? His chocolates, his sandals?
Huh?
Messed
What?
with his
What?
sandals?
I just want to hear you say it.
They mess with my chocolates.
Hey, and now say, waiter, could we get another menu? Say that one. That one's
What?
I just want to hear you say it.
Wait. Could we get another menu?
Say your tire pressure is low or something.
My tire pressure is low, so I invaded the Middle East.
I
don't like this.
What about
This
the
is
power?
weird.
What about the power steering?
No.
That was a fucking moment.
You can have me go through my whole car.
I really wish that we had a camera focused at Ben because he was so fucking confused. He was making the weirdest face at me. He was like, "What?"
That was the most uncomfortable I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he was.
You should have seen me when my uncle came to town.
God bless.
My uncle George W. Bush.
Oh, I
God
thought that
bless.
was like a uncle touching kid joke.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it was true.
By the way, everybody, we're pretty much fucking famous now. By the way, we got likes on Instagram from the Cold Ones podcast with Anything for Views and Max Mofo.
Yeah. I mean, I've already hired bodyguards. Just sitting on
Yeah.
the couch.
I've installed 12 security cameras for my bedroom now.
Actually, those people
Evan,
talking
I think that's illegal.
I don't know, man.
to put security cameras in his own bedroom.
Are we talking about for sex or like to record it like secretly?
Yeah, where's
that
that
what we're talking
going?
about?
Where's that going? Evan?
We cornered him now. Now phone the police.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen.
This is our 9/11, seeing the Daddy's Boys cast go to jail. Evan, what did I do today, man?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Dude, so I got a new phone yesterday,
Yeah.
and this guy was so fucking strange. The guy that I got it from, he like I met him in an alley and he wanted me to suck him off for an iPhone 6, but
Jimmy?
God, you guys are fucking dead today, man. No smiles, no
I'm
anything.
trying to-
Y'all are a
I'm
bunch
trying
of
to
cunts.
listen.
You didn't even
to
hear
the
what I
story.
said.
That's where my
I'm
mood's
trying
coming
to
from.
listen to the
Laugh at
story.
some jokes, y'all
Yo.
motherfuckers. All right.
I was
I thought it
making
was
comments.
just another day in your fucking life, dude.
No, so I went to this fucking store to go get my new phone, and this guy was so fucking strange. There was no music playing.
Oh, yo.
Like, the store was fucking quiet. And it was such a weird atmosphere because all the dudes had, like, masks, but they just had them holding from one ear. And then whenever I walked in, this dude comes and he was like, "What's up, man?" And I had my mask on. I was like, I'm here to see, and I said his name. And he was like, "That's what's up." And he raised his hand to dap me up. I was like, I'll dab up this major corporate fucking phone chain. And so I dabbed him up real quick, and he's like, "Sick." I was like, "Where is he?" And he was like, "Oh, right." And he points. Like, he wasn't even, like, looking. He just pointed. And I was like, "Dude, there's nobody over there." I'm like, "Just fucking, like, look around." And he's like, "Sorry, that's his desk. That's his desk." "Oh, he's not in here." And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And so I sit in this fucking phone place, and it's dead silent. But these dudes are eating chicken wings, and I can hear it from across the fucking way. It's this big ass store.
They're
And so I'm
slurping up
like,
the
God,
sauce.
it is bothering me
There's-
so bad. And then every once in a while, this dude, I don't know what his fucking problem was, but he had like a cup of blue cheese, and it's maybe like 30 feet away. Like, I'm on one corner of the store waiting at this dude's desk. They're at the other corner of the store eating fucking chicken wings during the workday. It was like 2 o'clock.
They got the family pack.
And so I'm just chilling there, and every once in a while, this dude, he would hold his fucking blue cheese in his wing, and he would walk over to my side, and he would look, and he's like, and he just fucking walk back, and then he would stand there.
He did that more than once?
Yes, he did
Dude,
it like
just-
2 or
just,
3
he
times.
He just walks around to you, raises a wing. He's like, "What's up?" Walks away.
Dude, it was
He's like,
so fucking weird.
Do you think he was maybe offering you one?
No, like, no, he
Dude,
he did
Imagine
not break
just
stride.
grabbing a wing from someone and
Out of his
eating
hand.
it. That would be so goddamn nasty.
No, dude, he didn't even break stride whenever he would do that. He would just fucking walk by and be like,
His wing.
and just keep walking, holding his fucking blue cheese cup. So finally, this dude shows up, and I look at him, and I know from the very start, I'm like, I thought that he would be my fucking saving grace with these fucking 8 brains over here, that maybe he will bring me like some form of normalcy. But
walked
this
in with the
dude's
wings.
walking up, and he's like smoking a cigarette, and he's like, and I'm like, he better be listening to something, because if he's not, and he walks in here still doing that, and I see that he's not listening to something, I swear to God, I am not giving this man $100.
Just walking up, hyping himself up.
Yeah.
Like, about
Like
to steal the
he's-
phone. Let's go. Come on.
And he was dressed super sick. Like, he had some like real cool shoes on as well, you know? And Ben, stop.
He's
He's
already doing a body roll. Like, let's go. Come on.
He was dancing
about
the whole
to
time
get
while I
that
was talking.
commission.
So this dude, he fucking comes in, and the other guys, they're like, "Yo!" and just fucking yell at this dude. And they're like, "What's up?" And he was just like, "Ah!" And they're like, "We got wings." And he was just like, "Oh, you guys ordered them?" And you're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right. I went down to the mini mart, or I went down to the corner store by the road." And they're like, "Yeah, you told us." And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, you were just here. You went to go get cigarettes. You told them. They told you that they were getting wings. You told them you were getting cigarettes. Y'all all know all the fucking information. So I thought that they were telling me that. Now that I am the new person experiencing this. And so he ends up, dude still has a cigarette butt in his hands inside. He put it out, but he had the butt. And he walks by, and he like dabbing everybody out. He's like, "What's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, man?" And I'm like, and I see the fucking cigarette butt, and he just throws it in the trash can inside of the place. And I'm like, dude, I just want to fucking leave. I don't want a phone anymore. I just want to like fucking die and get this out of my mind. What's going on? It's so strange. Dude's still fucking walking and jamming. Like,
Yo.
with his fucking little neck swiggle. And he comes up and he goes, sees me at his desk and he's like, what's up? And I was like, my parents were in here earlier. I ended up calling you because I'm getting transferred over. And he's like, what? I was like, is your name? And I said his name. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And so he's like, oh, you're their kid. And I'm like, I'm glad that we got that established. At least we've moved past the first stage of the conversation, because I've seen you for the past 7 minutes make your way over here, and we're finally starting this. And he's like, nice. Starts fucking jamming to behind his desk. And without saying a word to me, he's just like, yeah, man, so I've been helping my friend out with his school project. You're in school? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, he's making this, like, real cool film, like a short film, and I'm helping him out with it. And I was like, that's cool, man. So with the phone thing, he's like, let's wait. And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, so, like, I've been helping. Do you want to hear about it? And I was like, and before I could even fucking do anything, he just starts telling me about how his friend is making this super gory fucking film about, like, a dude who ends up having, like, his body dismembered and, like, balloons inside of his stomach, and his wife eats his fucking stomach. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm here for an iPhone. I didn't come here to talk about your friend's fucking weird short story, even though I'm glad that you're telling me about it now, because it's actually kind of good plot, but that's besides the point. No,
it's at the wrong time.
It's going to the Sundance. It's going to Sundance.
Finally, after he finished his fucking story, take an account, I've been in this store for 40 minutes. He goes, yeah, so anyways, this is the phone that we're going to be giving. And he's like swinging around. I'm like, that phone? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, I don't want a red phone. And he's like, well, not this phone. And I was like, oh, so, like, do y'all have black phones? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, could I get a black phone? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's cool, because I would like, I'd like a black phone. And he was like, yeah, let me check the system real quick. He goes in. He's like, yeah, we don't have the black ones, but they have one in a town which is like fucking 30 minutes away from us. And I'm like, nice. So what do we do now? And he's like, well, I mean, we can order it for you. And I was like, no, because we were getting switched over that day. If it got ordered, it wouldn't come in for like another 6 days. Plus, I wouldn't have a phone. And I was like, no, I don't want it like ordered. He's like, well, you want to pick it up or do you want me to? I was like, obviously, like, I would like you to go pick it up. Like, I don't want to drive.
Not here to fucking deliver my own phone.
And I wouldn't have even been able to, like, pick it up there and just, this is my phone now. I would pick it up and bring it back to him to pay for it and get it signed into my name. Yes, I want you to drive an hour because you said that you had them. He's like, all right, so when are you going to be free later? And I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe about 6. And he goes, all right. I leave, and I'm like, this was a big-ass fucking waste of time.
This was a phone call.
No.
This should have been a phone call.
Yeah, this should have been a phone call. And I leave, I go practice drums for maybe like 2 or 3 hours. Mm-hmm. I'm in a good-ass mood. I start coming back, and my mood starts fading. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's going to be so weird again. I pull up. He's sitting in the car next to me. He's smoking a cigarette. I go inside, dab up the dude again, ask who I'm for. The whole thing fucking repeats almost to a T.
Dude,
they aren't eating wings. Somebody got Torchies. Torchies fucking tacos.
An hour away from us.
We don't have Torchies in our small ass town. Somebody drove to go get Torchies tacos. All of them are eating Torchies tacos again instead of wings.
Please tell me you got back there and the guy was just leaving.
Dude, I got there and I was like, yeah, I'm here to see him again. And he goes, you remember where he's at? I'm like, do you not remember where he's at? Because I'll fucking point. Like, obviously, that's where he was. Now he's not here. He was like, I mean, he was here just a second ago. I'm like, yeah, he's out there. He's like, I mean, he was like in here. And I'm like, has he gone to pick up my phone yet? And this dude gave me the blankest stare. And he's like, I mean, you can go ask him. And I'm like, I'm not going to go approach this man. Because if he hasn't gotten my phone, I'm going to hit him. I'm like, I came back here. And now if he has to go drive an hour to come bring it back, he was like, I mean, he hasn't left since, like, you left. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
And so
God damn it.
I walk out there and I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, man. And he's smoking a cigarette. No music playing again. And he's dancing. I was like, fuck me. And I was like, hey. He's like, oh, hey, man. What's up? I'm like, not much. Can we do this and get this over with? And he's like, yeah. Comes to the door with me. Has a bag in his hand. It's my phone. The guy sees it. As we're walking in, he's like, oh, you got it? And he's like, yeah. He's like, glad you drove safe. And I was like, you just fucking told me. I felt like I was in like some weird Eric Andre type sketch where like I'm in the fucking Shadowverse to where this is my biggest nightmare. And I'm like, I'm around a bunch of smooth brains. I'm around brainlets. I'm like, dude, he goes, he's still dancing. Sits down, still dancing. He's like, yo,
like
your
the
parents told me
fucking
that you
Wolf of
played
Wall
drums.
Street.
Yeah. He's probably on Quaaludes. And the dude, he sits down and he's like, parents told me you played drums. And I'm like, dude, I'm kind of like on a time schedule. Like I'm on a, like, sensitive, you know? He's like, that's what's up. And I'm like, that means that you can like form sentences faster, you know? Maybe we can get this done. Like that doesn't mean to go slower and to think harder. That means the opposite. Just don't say anything. Just like fucking type it up. I'll pay for it. And like, get me the fuck out of here. So finally,
I think I would have started screaming.
Dude,
Not like at them,
you're
but just in
giving
general.
me like, you're making me angsty, dude.
just think about me being there. Okay? The worst fucking part. I hadn't backed up my fucking phone. And like I thought that I started it, but it hadn't fully done it. I looked down and I like left while the Wi-Fi was going, and it was like, oh, some file's gonna be transferred. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And I was connected to theirs, and I pressed it, and it said 30 minutes left. And so for 30 minutes, I had to watch this dude dance silently at his desk while his friends were in the corner eating Torchy's tacos, and then they would just randomly go, yeah, and he'd be like, hey. What the fuck is happening? Like, I was thinking, I'm like, dude, keep the phone. I'm coming back with a gun, and I'm fucking taking it. Dude, I literally did not know. Finally, whenever I paid, I was walking out, and he was like, hey, man. I was just like, no. I was like, I've fucking dealt with this long enough. I'm seeing you after your shift.
Oh my God.
I come back. Instead of Torchies, they have like some other fucking takeout from a random other place.
Freebirds.
Yeah. In and out. What the fuck? Dude.
Some like time looper
Yeah, that's some like
Twilight thing.
And
Yeah.
it didn't help because I was high. And so I was already over analyzing everything, and I was like, this dude keeps walking around me.
why is he walking? Why is he walking around?
Like, why is this guy dancing? And I had to stop, and I was like, can I hear? I'm like, there's no music playing. He's outside.
Where are the cameras? Where are the cameras?
Dude, and another weird thing, this is what would freak me out. I couldn't even look at him because it was creeping me out watching him fucking dance. So I had to like literally turn my head. And so every once in a while he'd be like, ah. And I'd be like, he would like go along with it. He's shit. So, and I'd be like, every time I do that, I'd be like, I'm looking at me and be like, Yeah.
What the? Hey. Yep.
Dude, it's one of those types of scenes to where if you were watching a movie like that high, you would turn it off. And I was
That's
experiencing
fucking
it in
cringe.
real life. And I still can't even know if that was like a real experience that I had because I had to come home and I set my phone down and I just sat thinking, did that actually happen? And maybe if I take a Benadryl, I can just go to sleep and I won't remember this tomorrow. Nope, just drank. So I could try and forget it. Didn't forget it. And it just creeped me out even more. Plus, the dude gave me his fucking Facebook. He was like, yeah, I had you on Facebook. And I just blocked him.
What if he had one of those Facebook profile pictures where it's like the little clip in the video, and he's just bobbing his head,
Just dancing.
What if you came home with the phone, you're sitting there thinking, and you're just like,
he changes
Yeah.
the background to it.
you just start dancing to yourself, and you're like,
No,
So-
dude. He's like, yeah, man. I installed this so anytime that you were feeling lonely, it would just play. Anytime that like, oh, dude, you know those fucking things to where it's like the vibrator that it's like a remote control thing to where the girl sticks it up her pussy
Yeah.
and like you control it.
Mhm.
That's him, but with my phone, to where he just has an app that says now and not now, and he just now, and it just goes to my phone, just dancing. Dude, it was so fucking weird whenever they would go, yeah. That happened like 2 or 3 times. Maybe they were fucking with me. Maybe they knew I was high.
maybe. I think it's just a bunch of boys running the store.
Bunch of dudes being bros.
What if they were all collectively stoned?
And I just joined the pack.
Yeah.
What if I went along with them that whole time? Just doing like some weird stuff. I just pick up a chair and I'm looking at the bottom of it dancing.
The first time you walk out, you're just like, hey, when I come back, get me some torchies. They're like, yeah.
Hey!
Hey.
They're like, where you going? I'm gonna go grab some smokes. They're like, we'll forget about it in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so strange. I kind of want to get a job there just to experience that level of discomfort more often. Oh, the grog has finally arrived. Let
Gonna
the
be
party begin.
Grogcast.
We can actually have a podcast now.
Dude, that shit was stressing me out so much, though. Like, I don't even like thinking about that entire day anymore. That's why I was thinking, like, what did I do yesterday? My brain just blocked it out.
Do you get paranoid when you get stoned?
Only when I'm around fucktards.
Smooth brains.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking brainlets. Yeah, I think that would have made me paranoid even if I wasn't stoned. I think that I would have been feeling fucked
Oh no,
up.
that just hearing it secondhand, I was like,
Dude, it's so uncomfortable. It may have been one of the worst experiences of my entire life. Like, I've never felt that way before. And, like, I felt so many different emotions watching these guys, like, interact with each other. I felt confusion. I felt anger, frustration, sadness for something. I was like, I feel sad that you guys are the way that you are
just like a deep overall sadness.
for the world. The world is now dumber now that you're in it.
I won't like really dive into it. Kind of reminds me of first time I got stoned. I was at the park with some middle school friends. Like maybe it was just because they made me smoke like a lot for my first time. It was kind of like your situation because I was walking around. I always saw was this older man, older woman. They had a little crosswalk path, and like by the little bridge you can walk on. We were by the first tree over there, right next to that.
Yeah.
And I always look around, just like admiring the day, and I see them, both of them wearing like shades and looking right at me.
Oh, no.
Even though I couldn't see their eyes, I know they're like looking
that's
right at me
nightmare status.
while they're walking by, just and their heads are turning as I'm sitting on like back on the tree, just sitting there, and they're just walking by, looking at me, and I'm like, "Hey, some of you guys are seeing this, right?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" And I saw them walking around a couple times, and like 5 minutes goes by. I'm like, "Oh, like they left. They were done walking." I look over to the water. They're on 2 canoes passing by, staring at me. It was like the weirdest thing because they're not even like paddling. They're just letting it like take them down
Oh, no.
the little river as they're looking at me
Dude, that
And I'm
sounds like a
like-
fucking horror movie.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, look, do you see this? And they're like, chill out, man. I'm like,
Oh, that would creep me out even more. Is if like your friends are being like dismissive over it.
because other people are just walking around. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's like glances, like, oh, people right there. But no, it was like, oh,
Deadlocked.
just staring at me. And it got to the point I was like, nah, I'm looking down for the rest of the time here. I just like stared down.
Yeah.
I was looking at my phone, but I wasn't even like, I was scrolling through something. But it was like at the point where I was like, I'm not even looking at what I'm looking at.
You're just doing it so nobody else will interact with you.
Yeah. And I remember they were like, oh, hey, what's up? So-and-so. And some random girl came up out of the water. Like, I couldn't see her head beforehand. I just assumed she was like waiting at the bottom of the water. Like, there's some sticks down there that she was just holding on to, waiting for the right moment to just kind of like reemerge and slowly walk out of the water next to us. Because she came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And she gets out and she's like, oh, hey, guys. And I'm like, what the?
Hey, would you mind me saying something before I forget it? Because I know I'm going to forget it.
What?
You know how you were talking about how you went on your phone and you started scrolling? One time, my friend, I got him really stoned for his first time. And because he wanted to. Like, he wanted to get, like, fucking blasted. And so we ended up, like, hotboxing my car. And I think that we smoked, like, 2 joints between the two of us. And, I mean, it was shit high school weed, you know? But
Yeah.
so he gets, like, really stoned, and we end up, like, going into, like, H-E-B to get snacks and stuff. We get our snacks and go out and, like, sit in that, like, area to where they used to have those tables in the old H-E-B.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go there, and there's, like, a bunch of other people there, but he's freaking out. And so I just see, like, his eyes are glued to the phone, and I'm just eating and shit. And so I get up, and I go get some water, and I come back, and he's sitting, like, here, and I'm, like, gonna walk by him, and I look, and he's, like, scrolling, but his phone isn't even on.
What?
And I was like, I'm just not even gonna say anything.
This man's
Was it-
zoink.
Was it one of those screens that it
No.
changes?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it was an actual. It was just.
With no, like,
This was
privacy.
a long time ago.
thing on
It was,
it?
like,
Oh.
whenever we were freshmen in high school or something.
Oh yeah, that. Shit
And I mean,
wasn't
he
there.
was, dude, he was bonkers. And I was like,
He was
I know if I
boinged.
mention it, it's
Boinged
going to
it.
scare him even more. So I'm going to at least put on the facade that, like, yeah, I haven't noticed, you know? Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable in this moment, and I'll take you home.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of creeping me out. And so I just loaded him into the back of my Prius and closed it because I had some blankets back there and a pillow. And I was just like, here. And I just
Alright.
drove him home. Yeah, that man. All right, Ben, continue. Sorry. That man turned retarded after that, by the way. He's never exited that high. Some say to this day he's scrolling on a black screen.
He's just going around town, just
Yeah. But he doesn't even have a phone in his hand. He's just,
yeah, he's just doing that. Just looks like he's like rubbing his hands like people do for money.
money.
anytime somebody walks by him, he's like, all right, continue, Ben. I'm sorry.
So this girl came up out of the water, like the lady of the lake, I guess, in the
About to say that.
yeah. And she gets out, and I believe it was because I was super stoned. It looked like water just kept like coming off her, like you know when you like as soon as you get out of the water, the water's just coming down.
Yeah.
It looked like it just coming down off of her. I was like looking up, like where's that coming from? And she's like, oh, yeah, hey guys, what's up? And then she goes like this, just squeezes her
Titties.
boobs, and a bunch of water comes out. I was like,
Jesus.
is this what it's like?
Yo, you're getting all the pulp out.
At that point, I was like, hey, can we go home? I can't be here anymore. Like, women are coming out of the water, made of water, and these people keep watching me like they're the men in black.
And why won't she stop dripping?
Dude, that reminds me of this guy at the gym that I go to. He's been there for fucking 4 years. What? Why are you laughing?
Are you laughing because I got my dick unstuck between my legs?
I thought you were twerking.
my dick was stuck to my nuts, and I wanted to get it unstuck.
yeah, okay.
That fucking
Throw it back for the story.
phone guy really got to you.
Yeah. Hey yo. Nah, my
Just a
fucking
dance,
my
this
dick
man just-
my dick was stuck in between my nuts and my leg, and I wanted to get it untangled. Sorry,
Sorry.
I wasn't twerking.
No, that was good though. But there's this guy that I've seen the guy for years at my gym. The first time I saw him, the dude would be using the cable machines, and he had this neck strap. And it would be like he's
Oh.
fucking headbanging
I've
with
seen
this
those.
thing strapped onto him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is... I was all new into it. I was like, is this normal? Do I need to work out my neck? Like, do I need to be thinking about these things?
Just like
I went
some-
home. I was looking exercises up for next. I was like, I don't think
don't
this
see
is
any of
normal.
these. This guy must be a pro.
No, but eventually got to where he only went at like midnight when I go there. But his thing is, he fucking yells. Everyone knows this guy
that
is
guy.
the yeller. He's like 60, 65. He's fucking jacked. And he looks like a real life Waluigi. He has the stash.
Like a Jack
he wears
Waluigi?
a purple full workout clothes. But
Just working out?
he'll be hitting the elliptical, like holding on as tight as he can. Be like, fucking bitch!
Oh my god.
He'll be just sitting there like,
What a
I'll
lunatic.
fuck you up. And then I'll finish his set, and he's just fucking flexing the entire time. Just like, it's
Give
like
him a
his
pump.
fucking arms are about to explode. And he's like, he'll like talk under his breath as he walks by, and he's like, oh, you fucking little bitch. I'm like,
Jesus.
what the
It's
hell?
like this man. This man was gonna die, and the Grim Reaper came and was like, "Hey, you can stay alive
I'm just
if
taking
we
half
fight-
your brain.
if we fight in the next 4 years." And so he's like, "I gotta get ready."
Gotta get built. I need more anger.
Nah, but he'll be yelling stuff like, I'll fucking rape you.
What the?
Yeah.
Yo.
I
would've
just
been doing
like,
that's
squats.
probable
I just
cause.
pop my AirPods in like I didn't hear anything.
Jesus Christ.
No, but
I would have been squatting immediately, just clenched up, like,
Not today.
and then one night I decided to be smart. I was like, all right, I'm going to throw fucking 900 on the leg press. No spot or anything. Like, no one to help me.
Oh no.
And I was so tired by then. I like extend my legs, drop the safety bars, and my legs fucking collapse onto my chest. I'm like, this is where I die. This is where I fucking die. And the only other person, it's like 3 a.m., and that dude runs over. He's like, oh shit.
Oh,
He
and I
turns
just
into
told
this
him to leave
normal
me there.
fucking guy. Like he wasn't just over there saying, I'll fucking rape you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, all right, I guess he ain't too bad. You saved my life.
Bad.
what if you're working out one night and he says all this stuff and you look over and he's like yelling it to himself. You look away and you just look back and he's charging at you.
I'm fucking kidding you. Oh, don't spit that on the ground.
No, I'm good.
His arms are like extended, like going for your neck. That's why I don't work out.
Yeah. It's a good reason.
That is.
Afraid of rapists.
Jacked rapist.
Jack rape, the worst kind. Nah, anal rapist, but Jack rapists are a close second.
There's Jack the Ripper, and there's Jacked Ripper.
And he goes to Anytime Fitness.
I got an email and it was like 3 months or like something for $1 for like a
What?
couple months or something.
God damn. Dude, remember I told Randy, I was like, dude, get a membership. We'll go work out. And apparently he fucking bought a 2-year membership.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why?
never worked out before. It's like, yeah, I thought it would give me commitment.
I think it's the opposite.
He's gone like maybe 10 times, I think.
Really?
In like half a year.
Yo, tell him to give me his card so I can give it to my girlfriend so she'll get off my back.
Yo, don't they give you one over here?
They give you like a big discount, but
Damn. You
It's
should
so
hook me up with that discount.
fucking- dude, it's so busy over there.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
used to go
insanely
there.
busy. But
And then I
even
stopped paying
since
my
then,
bill.
I've never seen it get that fucking busy. But like, there's no parking spots over there at like 5 anymore. None. In the entire place. Some of those motherfuckers come and park down in our apartment complex.
Really?
Jesus.
And, you know, Ben the Karen, I call the fucking tow truck. Tell him to kick rocks. And it turns out it's just a old lady who just moved in. And now she doesn't have a
My
car, but
car.
she's definitely stuck with a $600 parking ticket bill. So,
She's like, now I gotta work out.
yeah, fuck you, Rachel. You're gonna see that I was stomping on my
Just so
floor.
you know,
Starts-
Rachel is his downstairs neighbor.
Yeah.
She starts hitting the scene with
Got
the
a
cane.
tight little pussy.
I'll fuck you up. I'll bite down on you with these jumpers.
All right, who would win in a fight, Ben or 20 old ladies?
20 old ladies.
I don't know.
All right, Ben or one old lady.
Depends on how long I can seduce them.
I didn't say how long
They're
in a
lesbians.
fuck, how long in a fight.
We don't have to fight if I can seduce.
They're granny lesbians. You have no chance. Who's gonna win?
Not unless you have a soft cock. You ain't seducing shit. Call her old
Bro, you know I
granny
can-
gum jobs.
That's easy, bro. You just gotta sweep them.
Sweep the leg.
No, sweep
Take
the
out
cane.
her dentures. Put it in,
Kick the cane out. Take out a couple of them.
kick the cane.
The other
Sounds
ones,
like
you
a
get
rap
those like
song.
little like strawberry candies that you never see at the
Oh.
store. Just throw them out, and they're like, what? Oh. And they just start picking them up. They just run over there.
Got one for you,
Double foot kick, whatever it's called, where you stick both legs
Kangaroo.
out. Yeah.
youngin'.
At the
Launch
end
an
of
old
it,
lady into the stratosphere like it's fucking Pokemon.
at the end of it, Ben's just getting fed a goddamn feast of food.
Yeah, he's sitting on one old lady's
grandmas
back
are
while
like,
the other one's holding
"You'll
up his
never
back. He's made a throne out of old women. That'd be kind of hot.
Yeah.
Free food.
Right before they die, he puts him in the shape of a chair. He's like, whoa, get over here, get over here.
Pouring cement on you, Iron Throne style. Hey, did you guys ever
That'll
watch
do.
Game of Thrones?
Only in like 2 episodes when I stayed over.
There was a part in it like that.
Really?
Yeah, to where Jon Snow folds up a bunch of old ladies and he makes his own Iron Throne out of their bones.
Pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
It was built different.
Yeah. Yoy.
No, that never fucking happened.
Okay.
Y'all have never seen fucking
No.
Game of Thrones?
You always ask me that.
Fucking nerds.
What? Yo, I only saw it when I stayed over at yours or your parents, and
Why'd you never watch it?
I didn't have anything to watch it on. I don't have
It's not worth the subscription.
cable.
Dude, fuck you. It was a free subscription for HBO Go for a month.
Well, I wasn't in that month.
I think that it's like a ongoing deal.
I don't know,
Evan, you're a
man.
pussy.
Well, around that
You've
time,
never seen it before. How do you know that it's not good?
Cause
It was one of the
I don't
highest
have
rated TV shows of all
time.
time for like a while.
I don't have time.
What do you mean you don't have time?
I don't have time.
What do you mean you don't have time?
I don't have time because I'm always rewatching.
My
Friends.
fucking hourglass is on its side, dude.
What do you mean your hourglass is on its side, dude?
Yeah, there's no time.
What do you... No. Nah, dude. Make time. It was a good show.
I remember
Maybe.
It was a very good show.
waking up
I've heard that.
at your parents' place. I was like, what? You're like, hey man. I was like, what are you watching? You're like, oh, Game of Thrones. Oh, who is that? You pause me like, all right, so that's so and so. They're like, explain it. I'm like, all right,
I was a good friend back then.
yeah. And then you play it again. I'm like, all right. I pass out. Wake. I ended up like passing out, waking up till like 6 p.m.
Yeah, and you would wake up and watch it for a second and you'd be like, what's going on? And I'd be like, so that's Khaleesi and she is the mother of dragons. And I'd like explain the whole plot up until the 3rd season of Khaleesi and you're like, oh, okay. So what happened to Jon Snow? Is he like not in it? And I'm like, no, so there's like different storylines that they pursue. And you'd be like, okay. You go back to bed. And then 2 episodes later, you wake back up and you're like, who's that? And I'm like, oh, that's Arya Stark. That's Jon Snow's brother or sister. And I just fucking keep going and rolling with it.
It took me a little bit to realize that I wasn't going to sleep for like 10 minutes at a time when it started getting dark outside.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what's going on? How long was I here?
It would be like some good time frames because I remember I'd be watching something and I'm like, so that is, and I'd look over and you're like,
Fucking passed out.
all right. And then I press play and you'd be like, and wake up and you'd be like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, now, thank you for asking. And I turn back over and I fucking tell you. You'd be like, oh, okay, press play. And you fucking fall asleep.
The master of movies really just has people tell him, and he's like,
it's like reading Wikipedia instead of watching a fucking
I
episode.
go to sleep and it just gets stuck in here. I wake up and you're like, oh, someone's like, I know.
Yeah, you
That's
dream the
and
show.
I'm just like explaining it to you and you're like, he's ready.
all right, season finale. Here we go.
Oh, that's funny.
I remember this one day, I think we got like taco casa, and
You and me?
no, it was like my family and I. And I think it was the night before. I think we got it Friday night because it was after a football game, and then we had a band competition that Saturday, the next day. And so we got home, and everybody was too tired. Nobody ate it, and so we like left it in the living room. And so Saturday morning, I woke up, went to the living room. I think it had rained that night. No, it didn't rain, but just everything stayed in the bag because, like we got it. It was warm, so it was steamy, but nobody opened anything up. So all like the condensation, whatever, got stuck in there. So everything was just soggy.
Mm.
But I woke up and I was like, yo, that's like 5 tacos, 5 burritos. And I just started eating it all. So I ate all those tacos and burritos that we didn't eat that Friday night during that Saturday morning, right before the competition, which was my first competition freshman year. And so as soon as I got to school, I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't feel good at all. My friend was like, hey man, just muscle through it. And this was around the time those binaural beats came out. Do y'all remember that? We played like 2 different frequency sine waves, and it's supposed to like either do like meditation or astral projection or whatever. And there's one that was like
Binaural beats?
Yeah.
Are we talking about like the actual things that you put on your head and it like plays the music and it like...
No, you could just go to YouTube, put headphones on.
It's like music, actually.
Well, it's not music. It's just
Yeah.
Then?
2 different frequencies just playing, and it's supposed to like do something. But that was pretty popular around the time. So he's like, yeah, let's just put one of those things on we were talking about earlier. And I was like, all right. We're looking one up, and it was like one that had, because usually they have like colorful like things of like birds or
Why'd
whatever.
you say birds like that?
Because it's like eagles.
There's so much emphasis on the birds.
It was just weird,
Colorful birds.
like psychedelic stuff. And there's one where it's just a psychedelic weed flower or weed leaf, and he was like, "That's it right there." And I'm like, "That's it." And so we pop it on, but we share the headphones, so it does nothing. And then we're like, "Do you feel it? No. Do you feel it?" I'm like,
what the fuck?
"No. I just feel like I'm gonna throw up." And he's like, "Dang, man. All right, well, good luck."
I think it's working.
No, I felt terrible the whole time. I completely forgot like what I was doing, and I was just like, "Oh shoot, we're performing right now." And I do that a couple times throughout the show. It was bad.
And we ended up getting first in drums that year.
We did. The guy's walking around with like the little thing he's talking into. All right, we got you on here. All right, Pit.
And
Yo, tacos?
is that guy retarded? You just fucking walking off. You know what? I can't grade him too harsh.
He's like, we'll boost the grade up a little bit.
There was one time to where I got really fucking drunk, and there are these like things on YouTube to where they'll like play sound around your ears to where it will like give you the full 360 to where it kind of sounds like if you turn on Queen, it will like feel like it's starting in front and it will move behind you and it will go around your head. And I had the spins really, really fucking bad. And this was whenever I was at my old college town.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right after work. And we had shut down the bar. Me and the bar manager were just sitting, slamming drinks. And we went outside, sat down. He was like, "You want to drink more?" I'm like, "I guess." And so we go back in, start slamming drinks again. He's like, "Dude, you got to check this out. But first hit this." And he gives me his fucking vape pen. And I'm like, take a massive hit. And I'm feeling the spins immediately. And he's like, "Dude, check this out." And he gives me these headphones. And they're like studio headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "I don't like the way that this is going." And he's like, "Here." And he sticks them on my head. And he's like, and he's just looking straight at me. And I'm like listening to this song by the Beastie Boys play in 360 degrees around my head. And I'm looking straight at him and he's looking straight at me. And he mouths something to me and I was like, "I can't hear you." And he moves them back and he's like, "I feel like I'm gonna puke." And he pukes and I go, and I puke. He was like, "Dude, just watching you made me feel so dizzy." And I'm like, "I know, I felt so fucked." And he was like, "Yeah, you couldn't keep your head straight and you were like moving it around with the sound." And I was like, "I had to try and track it or else I would get even more dizzy."
Yeah.
It's just,
Dude, it was so fucked. I did not like that. We ended up talking about it the other day. He called me. It was just the way that he was looking at me. He was like,
Yeah. Those binaural beats things, I remember there's this one night where when you think of it, it's like binaural beats, you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be some cool thing." No, it's just like, and another one's like, but
yeah,
I was
why
playing
would
that.
you ever think that would be
Fucking
cool?
high octaves.
Yeah, I was just playing that. Like, I popped it in. I was about to go to bed. I was like, all right. And it was supposed to be like astral projection or something. And I was in my bed and I started drifting off. And I feel like if this is my bed in my room, my body's right here. It just immediately went like straight like left for like 40 feet. And I was like, "Whoa!" Yeah, that's pretty sick. I went back to bed.
All right.
Did y'all ever see that dude that put like 1,000 Orbeez or like 10,000 Orbeez down his
Mr.
fucking
Beast?
drain? No.
Oh, you're talking about the French dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was sick.
Dude. When all the freaking Orbeez started going through the pipes and shit. Imagine doing that to your apartment complex.
Yeah.
Just fill the pool with Orbeez.
I don't want to ruin that video for you.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Because I was really, really excited until I went into the comments on Reddit. And then there was this plumber in there that just fucking killed my vibe about it.
Yeah.
It was fake.
Yeah. He was like, "With pipes like that, there's no way that it can go." I'm like, "God, you fucking asshole. Can I just...
See, I watched
Just give me the Disney experience, motherfucker. I know that it's fake. Just let me feel."
Yeah, I was watching one of those videos where it was like, plumber reacts. I was like, when does a plumber react to anything? Then I watched it.
God, what has YouTube become?
I feel like they'd only react to those plumber pornos.
Bro.
Like, this never happens. God, I wish it did.
This is why I wasted 30 years of my life.
We could do the delivery driver ones. Like, it's just weird old men that don't know how to tip. When am I going to get fucked by, what's a porn star's name? Mia Khalifa
He lives in Texas.
in Austin. You know, I met her.
You did.
What the hell?
Masturbated to that memory several times.
Yo.
I'm doing it right now. I All right.
Ah!
Ben, do you want to do the outro?
I did the intro.
You can do the outro too.
I'll just
Okay.
do it.
Not the outro.
Save the best for Ben. Thank you.
Dude.
Please.
All right, you got this. I believe in
Then
you.
stop talking. Thank you for listening to the Daddy's Boys podcast. If you listen all the way to the end, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, be sure to leave a rating. Be sure to also check us out on Instagram at the Daddy's Boys podcast. I don't know, they're giving me some weird looks right now, so we'll probably just sign it off right now. My name's Ben.
My name's Evan.
My name's Ben.
Be sure to check back next week on Thursday for the next installment to the saga that is...
The Daddy's Boys podcast.
I don't like the way that you said that.
Sorry. Yo.
I had topics, but I forgot to write them down.
Yeah, I did too.
I have one topic.
What do you guys think about the state of America?
I think
This a
it's united today, but tomorrow it's fucking in shambles. Only because it's 9/11.
we didn't even do the intro. You just jumped straight into it.
I think that's why we're not in our personas.
I had a friend Snapchat me last night after 12 and he sent me happy 9/11.
I was gonna tell y'all that.
What the fuck?
I was thinking about it so much. Whenever I woke up this morning, I was gonna be like, "Happy 9/11, boys."
I'm glad you guys remembered.
I quit.
Oh, you're so thoughtful.
Incredibly loud and extremely loud.
You shouldn't have.